Just about a year ago, we made the decision that we were going to leave the US and come to Europe and live here and try to enjoy our lives. So we packed up everything, mainly the records and the dogs, and we flew here to the Netherlands. We're going to tell you how it is we did it next. Just stay tuned to Life Below Sea Level. I'm coming to you from our unfinished studio. We're still in the process of setting up our new YouTube channel where we were pretty much going to go over a lot of the topics in the next few weeks that I'm going to kind of cover briefly today. A year ago, my husband and I made the decision after we got married in Vegas to move to Europe. This video basically is to tell everybody how we did that because it was a process that ended up going rather easily and landed us with residence here. So we ended up moving to the Netherlands in the September 2024. The process started when we got married, then we came back and sold our house. With that, we then took the money from that house and I hired an immigration lawyer and a tax specialist, even though you can do this without that. We used a visa that's called the DAFT visa, which allowed us to get residency permits here within weeks of our application. Through the DAFT visa, if you start your own business with a €4,500 investment, then you automatically get residence in the Netherlands. Your family gets their residence permits as well, meaning that your spouse can work like any other Dutch person or immigrant with a legal residence. Your child can go to school here. You can buy into the insurance, etc. You can renew this visa every 2 years with the possibility, at least currently, of getting possible citizenship in 5. The reason I'm bringing this up now is obviously everything's a shit show in the US, and I thought that maybe there were going to be more people than normal looking up how to get this visa themselves. The requirements basically are that you have to be a US citizen. You have to deposit €4,500 into a business bank account here in the Netherlands. And through that, with a lot of other steps, but not very hard ones, you can get your residency here. Unfortunately, the person who applies for the visa can only work on as an independent contractor, or they can work on their own business that they're starting. However, this tends to work really well if there's people that do freelance work or already have skills such as coding or something like that that would do well for something like that where they can just freelance. However, really you can form any business here you want as long as it happens to benefit either the Dutch people or the American people. The timeline for this is that, we sold our house in August and closed on it. The application was filed by my immigration lawyer here on August 20th, and we found out that it was approved for both my husband and I on September 15th. So by the time my husband flew here, we were already approved as long as we had gotten the business part of it set up within 4 months. That process involved things like getting a Dutch social security number and things like that, and basic business formation. And that process was entirely completed by January 2nd, 2025, at which point we were here legally for 2 years, so up until August 20th, 2026. You can absolutely do this process without having your own lawyer like I did. I mainly did it to make it easy on myself as I was dealing on selling my house and moving. But, ultimately this is all paperwork that you can do yourself. You can also start the paperwork the moment you land in the Netherlands rather than doing it before like we did. Although it does give you a bit of a head start. Ultimately, at this point, while the business idea that I was working on didn't quite come to fruition and we're working on other things, my husband would be allowed to work in the Netherlands. We bought into Dutch health insurance months ago, which meant that I was able to get a major surgery paid for. When we formed this channel, it was mainly to give the information to other people about how it is that they could use this visa and move to the Netherlands like we did, along with all the little steps that were involved in this, such as moving our pets here and everything that was involved in that, signing up for health insurance, everything involved in that. And we totally are going to get to all of that stuff. The reason I wanted to release this today is that literally Trump's sending troops into Los Angeles. So based on that, I figured that there might be more U.S. citizens than normal that are looking to get out right now. So for that reason, I decided to release this video, even though it's not going to be nearly the type of videos we're normally going to be doing, and it's to get this information out there and help people out. I will say that if you subscribe to our channel, we'll definitely be providing much, much more information on how it is that we managed to accomplish a move to the Netherlands when neither of us were particularly rich people. And, you know, we're all both kind of, you know, everyday Joes, so to speak, everyday people. But we managed to do it. We managed to up and move ourselves out, and the time we decided to do it from the time we moved was only about 3 months. It's because you can do it too. And you know, if there's any specifics that you want to know about, please leave a comment and we will try to get videos done on it, you know, as soon as possible, or do a Q&A or whatever it is we need to do. But until then, you know, leave a comment, send messages, however you want to do it. If there's more information that you need, go ahead and share the information with your friends that there is a way to get out of the U.S. rather quickly and land in Europe with very little investment and without being sponsored by an employer. So go ahead, subscribe to the channel. You know, it not just helps us out, but it helps the message of the video get out way with a broader reach than it is right now. You know, and we really would welcome any engagement, especially if it happens to be like trying to come up with additional ideas for what it is that people are hoping to find out about this whole process. Because, boy, it's been a lot. We learned a lot the hard way. But I'm going to say, you know, goodbye for now. We'll try to launch something next week, a little more formal when we have better equipment and all the rest of that. But until then, you know, let us know if you need anything. Thank you. Fuck it, we'll do it live, right?
Let's do it live, yes.
Okay.